Hello and welcome to the final semifinals match, and it is a banger, guaranteed. T1 Gen.G, the eternal rematch. I thought that we had, what was it, as the eternal rematch? Oh, I can't remember what I called it. I feel so bad because I did call it the eternal rematch because it keeps freaking happening. Was it? Mad Lions was one of them, but it was not. It was a Plains match. Oh, PSG BLG, the Eternal rematch was one of them. Gam, I know Gam was one of the Eternal rematches. Hey, there's so many of them at this point. It's not the Weibo series, but anyways, I'm Fox Kimchi. This is the Kimchi Cast, and a semifinal that seems so fitting, yet we haven't had before. As we are into the draft, it is so odd. T1 has not lost to Chovy at Worlds. They've only met once, so it's not really saying much. They've met exactly one time, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, they didn't even meet them in 20. Where the heck? It was Griffin, right? Where the hell did these two meet? Because they've met internationally elsewhere. But anyways, but they have only won one series since Gen.G started their reign, or since they really started their rivalry. As it's going to be Yone locked in for Faker. Actually, that's for Zeus probably. And it's so flexible. And are they just going to respond with the Skarner? Because that would make a lot of sense. This would make this pretty easy if I do say so. Could have been last year's Worlds, man. Could have been. Have they not met at Worlds? They've met internationally. Skarner locked in for Canyon to the surprise of nobody. Gen.G brutalized them at MSI is all you need to know, as they have all year. T1, their last win against Gen.G was spring 2023. Not even the grand final. It was the upper bracket spring final. To go even further back to find a win, you would have to go to MSI 2020. Or no, Renekton locked in. Oh, the most recent win was MSI then. Okay, fair. MSI 2023 was the last time they took down this team. And it's going to be Ash Renata locked in. Oh, I love it. I love Guma Carrier. Someone called me a Guma Carrier fan, like a stan. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, the last two times that T1 have won, it was spring playoffs, upper bracket. Ooh. Silas locked in for Chovy. We're just going to brawl in this mid lane. And then MSI 2023, they have lost their next two meetings. They've only met twice, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, because it was summer 20. They met in spring 2024 finals, and then they met in. They did not meet in summer, so they have not met since the summer split. So what do they want? The blitz taken away from Lehens. Oh my god, it is a Lehens like a Lehens move to have that. Sedge taken away from owner. It's simultaneously so easy to ban out owner and so difficult because you realize how much he plays. Like in general, he plays tanks. He plays Maokai, Sejuani. He plays Skarner, like everyone. But he plays like Graves. He kind of just can play whatever he wants if he so chooses. But he likes to stick. He likes to stick to the meta. Likes to stick to what he knows, of course. Ezreal going to be taken away from Paze. That is something Paze knows very well. What do we even have? We have Kaisa. We got Varus. If we want to go back in time a little bit, Ziggs is open. I don't think Gen.G really need the AP right now, but they could go for it if they want to control lane. If they want some lane control here, And they will pick up the Ziggs for Pays. Leave that support pick, of course, for R5. It's slowly become a pick you actually do want to counter. It used to be you would just throw your support out there and save counter pick for top lane. But now it's a lot more of a flexible choice because also first pick top lane has gotten a lot stronger over the years. Owner busted this out several times. Like, he's beaten Gen.G with this pick, to put it lightly. Vi going to be the answer. Another one is comfort, and it's going to be Gragas for Zeus. Let's go, babe. Let's go. Actually, it could go to Faker, but I imagine it's going to go to Zeus. I don't think Faker has that Shuche in him. He's not OG Shuche. Doesn't bust out the Gragas mid. He's not a Gragas believer. It's actually really dark. Is it just me or is it like really like it's really yellow? Obviously, I know that my color balance is off. Like, I want to do that. It's so bright. Just, it's gonna be the Leona, and this will be Zeus's. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Oh, it's so warm. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Ah, turn that off. I like that. Looks fine. Yeah, there you go. I was like, I look really yellow in that. So I wanted to change that. But very different comps, actually. Or very different approaches to the fights we're going to see break out. Ashe, Yone, really good for consistent damage throughout team fights. Basically, your traditional ADC comps. And then Gragas is there to throw a wrench in the works. Vi going to be a nice engage tool alongside that Gragas and Yone if they so choose. For Gen.G, we have... Oh, whoops. Hello. Bye-bye. Hello. Gen.G, we have pick heavy poke comp with some skirmish potential more than anything. Silas and Renekton like to be in there for their spell. They like to be in there for their initial rotations and then just try and keep those rotations going rather than having hyper consistent damage. And Ziggs, of course, is a champ that is pokey and needs to rely on pretty much only hitting his spells. He doesn't really have a consistent damage form. He doesn't have auto attacks. So it is... Woo! High-speed League of Legends right there. Oh, neither of them are just going to try and kill each other right out the gate. We've seen a lot of teams get really aggressive. Yesterday, Weibo and BLG were so aggressive in games 1 and 2. Like, they wanted to run each other down as best as they could, and they started... Ooh. Are we going to have an invade from T1 and or a lane swap? Into Renekton would be a really good lane swap for Ashe. We've seen it before. Spotty Canyon's just going to say, okay, bye. Yep, Keen rotating out as well. Again, Gen.G have won their past 2 meetings. MSI 2024 and summer playoff, or spring playoffs and MSI 2024. They did not meet in summer, so it's only a 2-match win streak. But they've only lost like 3 series since they started becoming major rivals with T1 back in 2021 or something, when all this final stuff started to really be Gen.G's thing. Like, it used to be these 2 teams used to get past each other so they can get meme stomped by Damwon, but now they aren't. Keen teleporting away, no body slam. That would be legendary to start body slam here. It's not going to happen, but Joey, you're going to get poked out pretty heavily here. You start this just because of the wave control Faker has right now. they can dive Zeus pretty easily. Kenyon just needs to time this right with Lehens. And there's the body slam already dodging it away. The drive going to connect. I think the damage is there from Pays. No, it's not quite there. And Canyon, low, force some flash. Zeus is such a threat. And now Lehens looking for part 2 here. The flash back onto the turret. And he's so bulky because now there's no flashes. Here comes Faker to cover his top lane. And it's just a teleport in exchange for all of the summoners besides Pays' flash. And Zeus works that T1 magic. Oh, and now Chovy actually with a level advantage with wave control as well, since Faker went away for a little bit, but it was very worthwhile to make sure there's no redive. Just any ideas of a redive? As yep, Faker's right back to even with Chovy. He's pretty much in a perfect spot. Canyon has Chovy spotted out owner the cleanse. Going to come out of Guma, and it's going to allow him to just unleash so many arrows into Keen. And now the teleport coming in from Chovy because Keen burned his to come back up here. Handshake misses, but Guma and Carrier just going to reset. And the lane assignments are all over the place now. Keen's coming mid to face off against Faker. Just everyone's moving all over the place. Remember, this is the 2 seed from Korea. Gen.G lost to HLE. I think that is the one true, like, thing that they really blew this season. Was the potential for the Grand Slam, and it just wasn't gonna. It just didn't happen. Area just gonna stare him down. Gonna start shooting him with the gun. We'll consume the mark. That's all that I care about as a Renato player. All I care about is that they consume the mark, man. As there's a handshake. Chovy's flash here. Chovy just gonna walk away. Q3 not quite there for Faker. And a nice Q3 anyways, just for good measure. Faker's playing this so well. I was not expecting Yone to be a champion Faker would play so well. I know, it just feels like he's good at every champion, but he's got to be bad at one of them, right? Used to be Azir. Now it's not Azir, obviously. It's one of his best champions he's ever played. Faker didn't think about going for the Fate Sealed dive, not quite on his mind. Canyon going to just go for this dragon. And with the control they have in the top lane right now, they're just going to have T1 get these grubs. Start the early stacking as we have, as they call it, Aussie rules lanes. As it was referred to yesterday. The top and bot lanes have swamped entirely. And the mid lane, well, you can't really flip the mid lane over. Maybe you can flip them actually, but that's about it. Zeus spots it out. No, oh, very close, but not quite enough. On the bomb. Owner gonna get stunned up here. Lehens. And they get the wave cleared. That's all that matters. Lehens bought enough time for Pace to clear the wave and deny the dive opportunity for T1. And yeah, we're not even close. I was gonna say, are we gonna reach levels of Weibo BLG abstinence in game number 1? We're not even close. We're still 11 minutes out from even touching, from even being in contention for that game's first blood. Yeah, late 18-minute first blood is crazy. Okay, no items coming through. They were talking about first item spikes. I'm like, are we there? Yeah, there's no way we're already at first item spikes. We are. I do want to mention that T1's only beaten Gen.G 3 times in the past 2 or 3, well, now 3 years. Yeah, they've only won 2 best of 5s against them. this entire year. Ooh, Canyon spotted out on his red buff. That's a good one. They started this all off. Technically, if you want to stretch it back to 2021, where they were facing each other, it was 1-1 first. And then T1 took the lead by beating them in the spring 2022 finals. And then Gen.G got so mad they won 4 of them in a row and pretty much only lost one more time to T1 ever. That was not a double demolish, but that is platings over to Faker. So Gen.G obviously haven't done a lot of losing over the past like 3 years now of being the dominant force in the LCK, but they also haven't lost to very strong teams. Besides HLE, that was a weird one. Don't even ask. Ooh. Owner's not spotted still. But they know Carrier's there, and that's all they care about. And more platings going over to Faker and Carrier is perfectly fine. They do have the grubs to assist in that as well. A nice handshake. Chovy gonna steal Faker's ultimate here. And Faker is gonna dip out. Canyon's spotted. Coming to us. Just walk through his mid lane. Where is the play for first blood? Who's gonna get it? Because both of these teams are just obviously not stupid. They're not gonna just run at each other. And they also don't want to give over first blood at this point because it usually is when you get first blood this late in the game, it usually means it's going somewhere else. Like it's leading to something else. And you don't really want that. They're sending the ADC mid right now. Duma walking up. Then Pei's going to be walking up as well. These side lanes are going to be pretty comfortable for Chovy and Faker. It's Faker into Keen right now. Pretty sure Chovy or Faker's going to be fine in that position. If need be. Not getting a lot of kills in Korea. That sounds like good old-fashioned nothing happens League of Legends. Now we're 8 minutes out, so it's a bit more realistic. Been another 3 minutes. Teleport coming out of Faker. They're going to swap the lanes. Or no, they're going to keep Keen here. Sorry. Now they know they're on the grubs. T1 just need one to get like a singular Kevin, not the Kevins. Just a single Kevin. Lahan's not going over. The wall. Faker is spotted out. Lahan's on this ward. Do they want to call for this Leona ulti? They're not. 5-1 in the Grubs Canyon is in the Grubs split is pretty nice. Teleports coming in from these top. Are we going for this? As there's the jumping onto Lahan's and Keen immediately going over the wall. They're locking down Canyon and gets the impale. It's first blood to Chovy. Can T1 pull this off on the back of the fight? No, it's not going to happen. They don't even get the grub. And T1 just call. We've seen teams do that a lot. Yeah, you can see the faces of the fans a little confused there. They are very T1 sided. Like this crowd love T1 as most crowds do, but you get the point. Like they will be so very clearly in favor of T1 regardless of how the game is going. They want to see their GOAT win and lift number 5. But this engage is so confusing. Owner is just getting locked down. He gets the Q and never gets to use the cease and desist. The bomb, I mean, the cask was nice from Zeus, but that is all they're going to be able to get out of that. They don't even get the other grub, and a bit of a confusing play there from T1. It will be a 1-1 Drake split at least, so you have the advantage in grubs. You've been winning the objectives. So it is something, but it is not the advantage. It's still not the big advantage you want. Teleport coming in. They're going to race for first turret here. I think T1 have already... Oh, no. T1 have already lost this race. There's so much... Zeus going to buy a little bit of time. Doesn't it Chovy, though, so it's not going to happen. Guma's getting locked down. He's going to have to cleanse away from the slow of Solar Flare. And they won't get it so close. If he just hits Chovy there, it's perfect. Gen.G win the race for first turret. Zeus just not placing the Bomba as perfect as he needed to, which... Look, you got like you got a second before anyone starts noticing where you're positioned, so you got to be quick. Okay. Slow-paced game 1. This is how yesterday's game 1 went, and then the rest of the games were not very slow-paced. Game 2 was very much not slow-paced, so Gen.G and T1 could speed this up drastically. Drastically speed up the game if they want. Seen it happen. Because they have pure advantage. And not even pure advantage, just pure violence from each other. They felt each other, like, they just felt out how the team wanted to play game 1, and we're like, okay, cool. We're never going to play like that again. We're going to fight each other. We're going to be angry and violent. As Canyon, unspotted, will be spotted. Ooh. Everyone should be able to peel away here. Rift Herald not going to be taken, and it should just be Gen.G grabbing it. They know where Carrier is. Guma's got his item. Faker and Guma coming back with first item. Can they get this? They know T1 need to grab some kind of engage here. And there's Carrier getting locked down. The bomb is not the one you want to throw. And he brings Carrier deeper into his team. Kane's going to pick up that one as Rift Herald goes down. And there's Chovy going forwards. Has the Chain Lash. Has the Abduct as well. And that's a lot of damage. Gen.G are just going to point down this Rift Herald. They're going to barrel down this mid lane here. Lahens. Drive. Yay! And with the Z... Oh. Pays. Another all for T1 that just doesn't really work. They're not in position. Carrier gets caught out, obviously, which is not optimal. And, oh, well, there it is. He mistimed it earlier, so it's only fitting that he would immediately go and destroy it. Baker just has a shield to tank all that up. Doesn't take up quite enough of it, but it's fine. This turret won't go down. Very well defended by Gen.G, so they're going to burn a teleport to keep this thing alive. You're just going to poke out a little bit of damage. You could really get away with that. But where the hell? What the hell is the plan here? Because T1 are not picking fights well. They are struggling in this game 1 to find their fights. They got advantages through objectives, and they have not really done much past getting those objectives. Whether that's because they can't do anything else, or because they are fumbling, or Gen.G are just stronger. Different argument, but it's just they should be doing fine here, and they are not doing fine here. Turret goes down. So we're 3-2 in turrets right now, but it's all the tier 1s on T1. That mid lane has a little bit of health left, as you can see. The smallest amount of health you could probably have. We've seen some crazy turret survivals throughout this tournament. We've seen some 10, 20 health turrets. As Mega Inferno Bomb goes down, and they're going to have to back off. Chovy has cease and desist, and that means they do have to cease and desist. Kenny going to grab Drake number 2, numero dos. Bomba does grab the red buff. Well played, Mr. Zeus. His casks have been good. It's just his team can't really do anything with them. The two he's thrown were the one in the second grub spawn. That was a pretty good cask, but it just didn't really happen like how you expected it to. You knock 2 or 3 people towards your team, and not one of them are connecting, as there's Carrier connecting the arrow with the face of Lahens, and it's going to be Guma picking up this one. No, it's going to be Faker grabbing the first kill for T1, and this crowd comes alive. They want to see this goddamn team win so badly. They want to see T1 win so bad, which is crazy because any other team, they would be cheering for Gen.G. That's the craziest part. Any other team facing Gen.G in the semis, they'd be cheering for them, no doubt in my mind. But T1 is just that level of popular. They are that level of big in League of Legends. And it's a 700 gold deficit. This teleport coming in from Chovy. I don't think he's spotted. Turret goes down. Canyon going to lock down Faker, though, and he's in the bailout. He's not going to be able to bail anybody out with it, as there's Ace getting locked down. Chovy and Keen leading the charge. Area not going to be hit with the abduction. Able to just walk around with that slow from the loyalty program. And now Baron spawning. He's here. He's a big purple worm, and he is a little scary. What are they going to go for? No, they're not going to go for it. Okay. They're just going to take the fight win and walk away, as it's a 1,000 gold advantage right now for Gen.G. It's only a third kill. It's the 4th kill of the game. It's a bit of a slow-paced game. Are there second items coming through yet? Not quite yet. We're looking towards a Morello's, and I mean, we're looking towards a lot of things on pace. He has the tiers stacked. He has the Morello started. The Oblivion Orb. It's a lot of things. Mort of Reminder started by Uma for second item here. Okay, second item would work. Stride Breaker already being started, obviously. Is this Fimbulwinter for Zeus? He's just gonna become bulky instead of like hyper aggressive AP with his build. Randuin's is going to be really nice into this Ashe and Yone. Obviously, I don't know how hard Crit will go for Guma. He's at least getting 25 with that mortal. I don't know how he's going to itemize afterwards. Chovy, obviously, or Faker, obviously going to, holy cow, huge trade there for Faker. Obviously, Faker going to itemize into a stronger crit build, as he is Yone and is allowed to do such. He has a very strong passive. This is unbuffed Yone, which is crazy to say that the best champion in the tournament is getting a buff, but yes, Yone got a buff after this. 1420, he got a crit damage buff. He does 90% crit damage now instead of 80. So thanks. It counts SSG. I don't count SSG. Personally, I don't think they're the same team. But that's still a lot of games. Ooh, I forgot KSV Esports. There were not multiple Samsung Galaxies. You got it right. It was multiple Samsungs. Runan's second item, huh? Runans. I don't think I've ever seen a second item Runans. I'm gonna be honest. No way. There's no way. They're starting the Baron. They know that Gen.G want to go for this Drake Soul. So they're gonna keep this rolling. That's the Mega Inferno Bomb already out. Teleport coming in from Keen. It's getting so low. Yeah, there's no smite even close, and it's just going to be a T1 Baron 2-man ulti for Faker. And now there's the toxic gas taking over the Rift. It's going to be a 1-for-1 for now, as Canyon and Zeus are just staring each other down. But can T1 even get out of here? Zeus, so much damage. He's going to find Lens. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to get it. Flash, E gets it. And in the back lines, it's Carrier, Faker, Guma tearing it up. Canyon goes down. It's a 3-for-1 in favor of T1. They get the Baron, and they are in a gold advantage now. And this is a dangerous position. This is what T1 do. They love their early Baron calls. What a fate sealed. What a follow-up from Carrier, from Owner. Does give Owners life for the cause. He's buying time on Canyon. Carrier, how do you live this? They can't reach him. Mikhail's, boom. Bang! Huge play there from Zeus as well. Very strong on this Gragas. And Guma, that's the power of this Kraken Slayer. Can tear through these bulky Gen.G members. Lehens, Keen, Canyon, they don't stand a chance. And once he grabs his Mortal Reminder, it's going to be even more difficult having that 35% armor penetration. Is it 25% and 30%? I never understand. It's 5%. It's either 35 and 40. No, there's no way it's 40. If it were 40, it'd be just objectively better Sereldas like all the time. It's currently like crit Sereldas. It's like 5% or something. Probably. I could just look it up. Oh my goodness. There's the tier 2 in the top lane going down. Okay. Mid push going pretty well. They don't get the demolish from Carrier, so that does kind of suck. Fine. Is bot 2-2 going to fall, though? That's really important. It is 30. It's 35 on the other one. Okay. Is Baker just going to get a little bit of poke damage down onto Canyon? That's a lot more than poke is. There's the arrow. There's the combo into the Fate Sealed, into the hostile takeover. There's just no chance you are surviving that one, Canyon, as they're trying to get Gumayushi down, but they don't get him with the solar flare. And now he's turning Lehens into spaghetti. And it's a 2-0 for T1. Oh, no. It is, they are falling apart. Baker just able to walk away as well. This is disastrous for Gen.G. T1 won one fight, and they just can't play. What a combo. Canyon, great buffer there. Great pre-input. Preparing it. This doesn't connect. That was the cleanse out anyways. They were making sure Guma was clear to do as he chose. And this is a dangerous game. That is kind of the hard part of playing against T1. You can only do so much until they just snap against you. T1 successfully sealed the blue buff getaway. I was waiting for something disastrous to happen. Doesn't. But T1, I always say it, T1 at Worlds is a different beast. Doesn't matter how they were doing up until the tournament. T1 is just different at the World Championships. Figure coming down here, teleporting in after pushing in this top side, forcing Keen to answer him. And T1 just want to get a control over this entire area. They get a control. They want control so they can get this Drake, deny the soul. And Gen.G, they don't want none. Surely. Nope, Gen.G are going to go for it. They're not going to get it in time. Zay's going to miss everything, not connecting for T1 now, as there's the lockdown onto Carrier. Maybe they found what they wanted, but Owner has taken lands all the way over here. Keen gonna find one, two-man fate sealed. Is it gonna be enough to pull this one back as Guma is free firing? Carrier is gone, but T1 are still strong as they are shredding through Gen.G. They didn't meet in summer. This is how they're gonna say hello. You may have beat us in spring, but we have the secret weapon. Winning. Winning is our secret weapon to winning. Also, team fights. We're really good at those. And the ace. They give over the Drake as well on top of it. And T1 are looking to put this one in the books. They want game one. They want to go back to the finals. Turret 2 falls. It is Lehens all alone in his base. And T1 are 2 wins away from history. Remaking history, I should say. It's 3 straight finals. They're the only team to do it. Let's put it that way. They're the only other team to do it. And to do it a second time would be crazy. But it's only a 1-0 lead. And T1 plays so damn well in this one. Are you kidding me, T1? Jeez. That was a sketch win until it was like that was a sketchy early game. And they just completely removed all doubt with that Baron fight. The first Baron fight. I should actually no, there was only one Baron fight this game. It was one Baron fight into a pick under the turret and then into Drake fight. And those 3 team fights really solidified my opinion of this series. I picked T1 to win, and I have been justified so far as T1 roll the 3 team fights that they need to win to pink up a series lead as they take the opening match of this one. So who takes game 2? Will T1 send us to match point, or will Gen.G even this series and reassert their dominance as Korea's best team? I'll see you for game number 2. And we're back. T1 1-0. T1 nothing. I'm sorry. I'll leave. But Gen.G had control of the game. They had it all in their hands. They trade Drake for the Baron. They lose the follow-up fight. And then it all falls apart. It all just goes to crap as we are into draft. They get dove under the turret, costing them their jungler and eventually their support. And then they lose 2 turrets off of that play alone. After previously losing multiple turrets, they lost another turret off of that play. And then they go and lose the Drake fight that they really didn't need to take. They kind of forced it. They weren't even close to stealing the dragon, and they immediately got wiped. They got wiped for 2. My only god, carry me. But it is a questionable thing that Gen.G did in that game, and I'm confused as to why they did it in that situation, personally. But that's whatever, I guess. Garner locked in as the first pick for Gen.G. I want to see. Has Guma not died all playoffs? That's 4 games in a row. Caitlyn Kindred for Guma and Owner. What? Okay. Confidence into the Skarner. Jack's going to be the lock-in for Keen. Nope, that's crazy. And Ari going to be the pick for Mr. Chovy blinded there. Ooh, this is going to be really good. Braum going to be the lock-in for Carria. And this is a really strong bot lane they already have. Caitlyn plus Braum. Also denying the Braum from Gen.G is just so important. If Gen.G got their hands on the Braum, Caitlyn would be mostly ineffective. Even though your ulti is pretty garbage already, it's fine. I guess besides the point that the ulti is really useless at times and is mostly a poke tool for pro play. Gallery going to be taken away from Faker. They don't want to see it at all. No chances into an AP comp. There's also kind of... Okay, no, that's just because it counters Ari in particular. They saw what happened. They saw what happened when... Hold on. Sorry. Not taken away now, but they were just getting rid of counter pick for Faker because they know that putting Chovy behind is obviously really bad. Putting any player behind is really bad for your team, but they want Chovy to have advantage, and they know what Faker can do if he gets really fed and becomes an unkillable monster. Orianna taken away. The Braum synergy is really good. If you could just set up the ultis perfectly, Braum is... That ulti is... Glacial Fissure is unbeatable. And it's going to be Maokai for Zeus. Oh my god, that's... Breathe. His pick is coming in. Maokai top lane worked pretty well for him in particular. It did not translate to winning, obviously. It did not translate to winning the series. They got 3-0'd. They didn't even win his Maokai game, but it worked out really well for them in that particular game. It's going to be Kaisa locked in for Hayes. I was going to say Chovy. Why? What do they want for the hens here? They have the Leona available to them again if they want to go for that option. Singed. It's going to be the Rel. They want to run into the enemy team and kill somebody. Small issue. There is a lot of reasons to not try that. It's going to be the Fakers. Okay, it's going to be Fakers Silas coming out here to round out the draft. And there's a couple good ultis to steal. The Ari matchup is pretty nice. You got to have some fancy footwork. You got to have some jukes on your side. But once you get that down, you are in a pretty strong position, actually. 5 stars. Jeez, these T1 fans are... These are the French KC fans. These are the gross French people. This is a dangerous position to be in because the Caitlyn gets completely outranged here. They did say they did say they wanted to go Kaisa pretty heavily. Did I say Caitlyn gets that right? Not what I meant to say, but they telegraphed the Kaisa. No, you ban Xayah pretty much all the time now because Kaisa is so powerful and you don't even need to go Kaisa. But Kaisa, that was a pretty telegraphed pick just because they had the Xayah ban early in rotation. Banning Ashe and Kalista is kind of crazy. I think you can give over Kalista if you just leave the Ashe up. That's just me. That is personally me because I am comfortable with Ashe versus Kalista. I think it's not that bad of a matchup, but that's not how that works, obviously. Got to cover your bases. And Gen.G have to cover their asses because they are possibly facing down match point if they don't play this properly, as it is a 1-0 deficit for them. They need to win sometime soon if they want any chances at making their first grand finals at the World Championships. No, SSG is not the same organization. That doesn't count. Kespa may recognize it as such. I don't. A different team, okay? There's so much zoning. Glacial Fissure plus the Twisted Advance, or not Twisted Advance, Nature's Grasp. Yeah, there's little chance that Gen.G are going to enjoy this game. They have some potential. Obviously, they could just start throwing blind E's and W's around for Ari and for Chovy and Pays. But it's not all you want to do. Is this a lane swap? Uh, not a lane swap? Kind of a lane swap? Zace? Uh, kind of a lane swap. He did get some XP off of that, so it's not actually that bad to trade a little bit of health, especially as Maokai, to grab some of that XP when you are not going to have it for quite a while. Just some is better than none. In this case, as the slow push begins for Guma, the top side. Canyon coming down here on this wrap. As Carrier has found the hens, and yeah, Carrier's gonna die here. He's just gone. First blood goes over to Canyon, and now this dive for Zayas is well, good luck, buddy. Figure it out. Ooh, nice dodges. But there's a redive coming through. Canyon's gonna die here. Forced to flash away. Who's tanking up the turret right now? It's Keen. Pays will pick up the kill. It's so much damage from this turret, but there's no one there to survive. No one there to finish the job. And Gen.G give us a super early first blood. There's a lot of XP to catch here. Holy cow, Zeus is going to love this wave, though. Gen.G picture perfect on that one. Everything you could ask for on that dive happened. They get a punish kill on the wraparound. That usually doesn't happen. They get carry on the wraparound. And then on the actual dive itself, they juggle the aggro perfectly somehow. They get their kill. They don't get the wave to die to a lot. That is the one downside, I guess you could say, is that Zeus still did get Zeus did get to catch quite a bit of that wave. But besides that, it's yeah. What? He has E. What the hell? Ow. Oh, that hurt. Ow. My hair caught on my boom on the freaking stand. That hurts. Uma has E. Yeah. This is just Gen.G domination right now. Holy. Already 1,000 gold ahead in 4.5. That is a pretty good position. 500 ahead on this Kais as well. You are pretty happy at that one. Chovy is just bullying Faker out of lane. It is a tough early game for Mr. Silas. Early game for Silas is going to suck. But with the potential you can get in this game, we'll see what we get out of this. Because T1 are behind now. Hey, we're going to see them claw their way out of it again. Team fighting was the answer in game number 1. We're quite a ways away from team fighting game number 2, so it's gonna be a bit until we see T1 start pulling things back. We'll have to just sit and watch the CS parade as Grubs are up in 12 seconds. They've already rotated Pays up here. T1 just have Faker. Guma's in mid, though, so it is actually fine. Oh. Oh. Owner's spotted as they have ulti available for Pays, and he's going to have to ulti and flash away, and he's got Canyon here to back him up. T1 showing on the top side means, yeah, Canyon knows he can go for this pretty easily. The heck? Anyways, Zayus is giving the business to Keen right now, but Keen going to pick up 2 plates, so who's really winning? Baker is in danger right now, has the Kaisa ulti, so he hasn't CC'd anyone. He's just got the ulti downwards, and Canyon's here to cut him off. Oh, that's not good. Oh, man, no. Oh, no. That's not good. Oh, my goodness. Sorry. Distractions. T1 just cannot find the play. Nice play from Zeus there, I guess. But just overall, T1 are struggling. And, yeah, point blank, Guma ulti. It's not an execute. It scales with, I believe, damage. It scales with health, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it does scale. As Zeus getting locked down. Canyon's just chilling here. Owner's trying to do anything, and it will actually work to deter him. As he's going to drive in. He's going to miss. The stun connects onto Zeus. Keen is so low now. And Owner, can he continue to push forwards here? Zeus needs to find some lockdown. As there's the slow. The Impale flashed over. He's 1 health. Can he grab it? Keen so low. Owner survives. Barely. They have the ulti as well. Oh, it's based on crit only. Okay. Fine. I thought it... No, I always think it scales with something else. But... Oh. How does no one die? Like, no one... Oof. You gotta be kidding. Okay. T1 giving up this first streak pretty much guaranteed. It's almost 2,000 in the hole right now for T1 as well, so can't really fight right now. This is a off position to be in. Infernal Drake, so no mountain or no ocean and no Infernal Soul. Owner gonna go and steal away this camp. We'll get a second stack here. Hasn't gotten to stack an enemy yet. Would be nice. say the least. Stack an enemy champion. Got pretty close twice, but not close enough 2 times as well, so. This Kais is so fed. 2-0, I mean, starting this early at 2-0 is already good. It's going to continue eventually to become a problem. And it's only 1.5. The Grub spawning Zeus has no vision, really, of... Okay, no, he does have that one ward. When the hell was that there? Why didn't it look like it? Because he's covering it. Champions overlay wards, that's right. They're just going to give us over. Owner's coming down to the bot side. It's going to help siege this turret. It's going to be 0 grubs for T1. That's going to make things a little bit difficult. And they're not going to fight Gen.G. They know what happens when they fight Gen.G at the grubs. Nothing good happens. A little drift away by Owner. No rotation over from Chovy. Area has the fissure available. Can't really find an opportunity to use it. Faker just recalling in front of Chovy, just waiting. It's 116 to 95 in CS. It is a big advantage. Owner's beating the hell out of Canyon and Farm, though. Even through the kills that even through the takedowns that he has, he is still losing in not only Farm, but Gold. Ooh. So 1.5-ish thousand, just a little under 1,500. You can see Pays, Chovy. But Pays really leading the charts, and then everyone else kind of following. Faker very far behind his laner, of course, but it's a cliff into an actual dip. Like a normal sized, what you expect dip of, I mean, like 100 or so gold per player. And then there's Pays, who is 400 ahead of like everyone else in the game. Break spawning? No, it's in 2 minutes. Herald in 1 minute and 20. This turret should be gone. Will be first turret on top of it. That's 6 grubs. Means mites and dot. Yeah, that means that's gone. With 4 people, even 2 people hitting that is enough to kill it off. Area? Not checking anything here. He is disrespecting quite a bit. Pace follows. That's a lot of damage. Nice ulti from Owner to keep his... absolutely borks the dodge on Ace in the hole, but it doesn't matter. Pace has a high enough health bar. There you go. It's Keen. Gonna get punched in the face by Zeus. And Zeus, that is the strength of the Maokai. You could just kind of say, yeah, you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna hit you repeatedly with my spells. I got a fist. It does damage. Eh. Almost a 3,000 gold advantage. That turret was huge on that one. They don't get any kills, but they do get out Lambs or Spite, which could be beneficial. There's no certainties on it. Another Grump mark, really. Mark on the Grump again. So that means it's another objective, another stack that Owner will have to miss out on. It will be another objective going over to Gen.G. They have secured all objectives in the game now. As Lahens has spotted out Owner, I don't think there's an opportunity. Lahens needs to be careful. Why is he contesting this? As there's the stun coming out. He's already burned away. Doesn't actually burn his flash. I thought he did, but that was Carrier's flash going out. And Owner going to pick up that one as gets the upgrade on his item. Teleport coming out now from Chovy. Chovy missing everything. Gen.G leave, but it's okay. Grabbing... Did he grab the gold for it? Okay. They zoomed in on specifically the minions. He was there the whole time, though. Break started. That is the the advantage of having this over something like the no smite for owner, and that means it's just a drive-by smitten, and goodness, I was gonna say that it's really easy to take objectives compared to Canyon, but Canyon it's really easy to take objectives if your teammates if the enemy team just gives them to you. Everything continues to just go Gen.G's way. Ace spots out Baker. They're immediately calling for the team. Yeah, not gonna happen. Hayes immediately calls for help, and T1 can't go for the catch out they were hoping for. Ow. T1 4,500 behind. It is still looking pretty bad for T1. I mean, they could try to team fight their way out of this. They just haven't had one yet that they can actually do. Harriet, wow. Jeez, I think that there's no way that counts as to any enemy champion in range, right? That was that was the length of the lane. Right? Like, that's absurd. Pays 2 items now on this Kaisa. Is very scary. 1,000 gold ahead himself. This team is really scary. A really scary Gen.G team, obviously. Carrier dodging. A lot of stuff. Lahen's out of position again. Actually, he's not out of position. Pace is right there. Fine. Zay is just standing here waiting for the wave to push into him because Keen just shoving him. That's a pretty big wave to catch, actually. But now is rotating out to safety. Lahen's going to tank quite a bit there. And they even punish here. No. And even punish. Ace in the hole and Fissure burned for nothing. Gen.G don't even use an ultimate. Or a summoner at that. Is the jump away from Keen. Gonna get the controller down as well. Yeah, okay, this is actually Morello's. You saw Pace take so long. Just so long to grab his Morello's. I don't even think he finished it before the game finished, but he really didn't need the Morello's exactly. He just needed the orb, yes. Fine. Nice to finish items. Slightly lower gold advantage. It was at a lot over 3,000. Now it's not quite 3,000, a little under it, so helpful. Canyon just gonna back off of Ace there. Okay, cool. It's only 3-1. Neither of these teams really want to throw the game away, as some other teams would be fine with, honestly. Owner 3 stacks. So he's currently outpacing by a lot, yes. Saw a 28-minute stacking of the Kindred. 4 stacking of the Kindred. Not even like 1, so who cares? But still, probably not Probably not cool. It's just, yeah, you can see that win probability. It's a slow climb. T1 really don't have any stake in this game. That's the problem is there's no fight they can take right now. And Kenny's gonna be able to walk away. Or well, I guess like kind of dig burrow away. I don't know what that ability is still, besides him running through things with buzz saws. That looks weird. Gen.G are just like systematically removing T1 from this game. 3,500 ahead, and they are just making sure T1 feel every single piece of gold they've given over to Gen.G. Like they are making sure they feel every individual piece of gold by suffocating them out of this game. Just slow burn. This is a slow burn. Oh my god. Wait. We're really gonna have to wait for some Drake fight probably for this to actually break out into a game-winning position, because again, neither of these teams are taking are stepping at all. No one is moving. They are all playing very concerned, very safe League of Legends. This is a one item Kate. This is depressing. It's a one item Kate. This is sad. I feel sad. This game is making me sad. Nothing's happening. I'm just waiting for a thing to go down. We're looking at the like. There's a 0-stack Heartsteel on the ref, man. This is pain. Oh, area caught out. We've seen like 2 catch outs in the past 10 minutes. It's very. Keen hasn't run out of split push. Ace has just been there to split or to answer his split pushes too often. They see Lahens here. Can they get something out of this? No. Maybe? No. Owner only 3 stacks. He needs just 1 more. And he'll have that extra range on his Q or on his auto attacks. And I don't even know what Kindred buffs are anymore. I'm really bad at Kindred, if you can tell. They haven't actually, no, they have expanded the gold lead to 4,000. So just through sheer laning prowess and no kills, Gen.G are just pushing this advantage. They are just pushing T1 to not be able to play the game. The patience from these teams is actually kind of admirable. Oh, never mind. Carrier forced to flash away a little out of position there. Doesn't know he's on vision. Oof. If that connects, Lehens might die. Just doesn't. Just barely pulling these a little high. Pays gets poked down. As Lehens jumps away. We have... That is very weird to see, too. Pictures of Rel. I'm just used to seeing one. But that is a... Rel Bounty... Or Rel Mark? Yes, Mark. And a Rel Ultimate. 2 different things. And you're just waiting for T1 to step forwards in their own jungle. Oh. There it is. The jump in on to Carrier, and Chovy deletes him. And finally, Gen.G should just bear it here. Oh, does he catch Faker? Doesn't. That's a lot of damage from just ulti and W connecting, though. Keen on the wraparound. The constant pressure of this Jax has to be terrifying. This is a very fed Jax as Nature's Grasp comes out. It's just going to be Lehens getting hit by Zeus, is getting beat down by Gen.G. And they're just going to go back to the Baron. It's a 3v5 right now. The numbers are kind of in their favor. Owner gonna get stunned up. Carry is here now, but there's just no chance. They get it. Keen jumps in onto Gumayushi. And now T1 need to try running. Pays, goes forwards, flashing out. Guma gets caught anyways by the Impale, and he'll finally die. Carrier will die as well. It is Owner. Forced to watch as his team falls. And Gen.G are gonna even up this series at 1. And the first time Guma has died all playoffs. Oh, they don't finish it. It's Drake, so oh my god. It's over. It's over. Just call it. Ring the freaking bell. Ref. Ref, ring the bell. Well, timekeeper, ring the bell. You know what I mean. This is executed so perfectly because the pressure from Keen means T1 has to make a move. T1 can't just ignore Gen.G and let them take the Baron. Keen is preventing them from leaving without getting their skulls dented in. And so Keen's just going to jump over the wall here, hit Keen, or hit Owner in the face. And just continuing to bully T1, flying in off the top rope. Nice dodges there. Great impale from Canyon. And this is the strength of Gen.G right now. This is why Gen.G are like 6 or 7 time finalists all in a row. As you can see, the LoL Arena back in Korea, the T1 half is librarying. As, oh, Guma half his health right there. He's so weak right now. As Zeus can't do anything. They forced out the Glacial Fissure already. Look at the health bars on these guys. They're so low. And now the Super's coming in from 2 lanes. There is no chance in hell T1 are going to be able to hold this one off. They're 10k down. They have no money. They have no damage. They have no health left to give. Pays, goes unstoppable, his 5th of the game. It's going to be Chovy picking up another nice Lamb's Respite, but it's not going to be able to save this one. They move him out of it, and there it is. The Nexus falls. It was a slow burn of a game, but Gen.G just suffocate resources out of T1, and that means that Gen.G will even up this series. And we are down to what is now effectively a best of 3 for the final spot in the grand finals of Worlds. This is good. This is content right here. This is content. This is League of Legends. As I mean, I kind of got sad with how little was happening, but Gen.G, it was for a reason. I know, to make sure there was no chance T1 were going to sneak back into this series, or back into that game particularly, and they've indeed made sure there was no chance of them sneaking back into that game, as they slowly bled them to death. And Gen.G even up the series. So who moves to match point in game number 3? Will it be T1 looking for title number 5, finals number 7? 7? Yes. Yep. Or will it be Gen.G looking for finals number 1? I'll see you for the 3rd game. And Gen.G tied up the series at 1 as we are going right into the draft for game number 3. T1 on the blue side again. As it's a little tough. It's a little tough, to say the least. Yone taken away, Smolder taken away. Will we see the Aurora banned away by Gen.G, or will they just give it over to... No, they won't. They won't give it over. Okay, fine. Ashe going to be insta-locked for Guma. Now that it's back on the table, they want it in their hands now. They want it all the time because it is one of Guma's best champions right now. Guma finally dies. I think he died twice last game. So, that's kind of crazy. That it took us 5 games to kill a player. Kind of nutty. Jack's going to be the lock-in for Keen. Once again, had a good game on it in game number 2. So, run it back. I mean, if it worked for BLG, it can work for Gen.G. Surely. That is logical. Ooh, they want the Ahri back, it seems. They're going to run it back. All right. They want... Probably this will be the support lock-in. Here's they don't have support counter anyways. They might as well just grab the Renata. And they will grab the Renata for Carrier. What do they want? Top, jungle, mid? They're going to go for the top lane. They're going to get the Gragas. They're going to get the big boy. Give him his KDA skin. Come on. I don't even know if Zeus used a skin. He might have. He did. He used Arctic Ops. As... Oh... We've seen this Nocturne slowly fade away out of memory. But he's back. He returns to the semifinals with a vengeance to revenge his quarterfinals woes. As slowly over time he fell off. Just as the Swiss stage went on, more teams were getting rid of him or not letting him through. So he's actually really weak. Kindred would have become a problem, so they're getting rid of it there. How bright I am. Yeah. I think around my white balance here. Sure. Silas Kaisa taken away. Silas Kaisa. There you go. That's how you say it. But back to the Nocturne. We've seen more and more teams ban him away, and then he started losing a lot of games because teams got really confident with the Nocturne, and now he's disappeared. Oh, they know Pays. They know Pays well. They ban away Twitch. They know him well. Ezreal locked. Or not locked, but it should be the Ezreal. Nocturne likes the Ahri. Nocturne likes the Jax. We've seen a lot of teams just play full confident in Nocturne, though. Like, Orianna plays into the Nocturne. We've seen teams get really comfortable playing in the Shroud recently. It will be the Ezreal confirmed this time instead of just hovered. So where do T1 want to bring this one? Ooh! Faker's Akali. Let's go. Let's go. And what do they want in the jungle here? It's just going to be the Vive rerun? The Vive rerun? Yeah. No surprise. T1 pretty much just draft their game 1 comp minus Yone. Yep. Yep. This works. So what does the Hens want to run here? Could go Braum here. Still an option if they want it. Could be the Rel again, yeah. Yeah. Just go for the Rel again. It worked out really well in the last game. Why not just do it again? It makes sense. I like T1's comp. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the Akali. Akali's really boom or bust. We've seen some really good Akali games. We've seen a lot more We've seen a few good Akali games, I should say. We've seen a lot more really bad Akali games. So, yeah. T1 have got to find an answer here because there is nothing that I think in my mind, if Gen.G get to match point on this game, if they win game 3, I think Gen.G are taking the set. Like, there is little doubt in my mind Gen.G aren't going to win a game 4 in this situation. If they come in with the momentum that would come with winning game 3, and it would be a concern, to say the least. So where, I mean, it really depends because T1 have not really had any early game advantages all series, but they've had so many struggles. So many struggles in the early game that have turned either into the game 1 result where they dominated team fights, or the game 2 result where they just couldn't play the game anymore. And I'm not expecting there to be much of the other side, really. So T1 have got to prove that they can win this game. Like, they got to have a better early than they've had already. Zeus is on a ward. This is not good. Zeus Flash E means that he is already collected first blood to Pays. A little ward does it all. One little ward is all it took for this play to fall apart. And T1, 500 gold down already. Normal lanes, man. Feels nice. I think it was supposed to be a lane swap or a potential one. Then the kill heaven, it's like, well, Ashe is not really a concern now. I get to sit back and farm, and we're going to win. Ooh. Didn't kill the middle minion. At least he killed... No, he killed the middle minion with a different arrow. Zay's just going to headbutt. I love how Gragas just headbutts sometimes. He doesn't even... Not a punch. Just... His animations are so wonky. I love them. Carry... Ooh, nice pullback there on La Hens. And that is the advantage of having Carrier on this playmaking champion. He is so damn good at them. He's just so good at champions like the Renata. It's kind of absurd that he's good at a champion so many people thought was bad for so long. It's just no. Baker, already pretty low on health, has to just kind of accept that trades with Chovy aren't going to be very fun. Keen losing the trades with Zeus. Trades with Gragas aren't very fun. We're not really seeing any other advantages come through. Pretty much even everywhere. It's just the kill gold still. That is the difference for Gen.G. As they are actually starting to lose out on their gold advantages. Slowly lose out on them, at least. Not all the way lose out on them. This Guma carrier lane can really quickly flip back this gold disadvantage. That is kind of the concern, as there's Eternatus in mid lane, or in the top river. I think I made the comparison by accidentally calling Eternum Nocturne Eternatus. I was like, yeah, it does actually kind of look like Eternatus. So that is my thing now. My curse is that I noticed that a champion skin looks like a Pokemon. Zeus gets stunned up. He couldn't really go for the body slam to deny the counter. Sadly, usually that is how you play it. They're going to spot out the Nocturne here. Do they? Okay, they know then. They saw the effects. I don't think that really matters, obviously. Baker is dying right now. Where are we in the sense of these lanes? Zeus is behind a little bit, but he's holding wave, so he hasn't killed all of his minions yet. There's not there. Oh? Guma's here now, though, so he's fine. Ooh. Body slam absolutely whiffing there. Zeus just has to kind of put up with that fact that he blew the play. If that body slam connects, that could be a really good advantage into Keen. Grubs going over to Owner. It will be the Drake going over to Canyon. So we're going to trade these. T1 break the monopoly that Gen.G had. I don't think they got a single objective last game. Neutral, I should say. Turrets are not neutral. Kill me. They're not neutral objectives. They hate me. Gen.G definitely did not give over a single neutral that entire game. They grab this? Keen has ulti. That is kind of the issue, is Keen has his ultimate available. We'll just be plating going over to Zeus and Guma. As Guma? Don't think Guma should have been positioned that aggressively, knowing that Zeus wanted to base if he could. Ooh. Unspotted? Oh. They're waiting. Arrow connects, and that means that Keen is gonna get ceased. He's gonna get desisted. He's gonna get handshaken back in. Keen falls to Owner, Guma, and Carrier. And a very well played ambush by the T1 bot lane and jungler. Now things are looking pretty better. I don't think they're looking great. They need to do a lot more. Great punish there. You know, punish really? Guess it wasn't really a punish more than it was a, yeah, an ambush. They waited for Keen to lower his defenses, false sense of security and all that. So they killed him. Did they even burn a flash? They didn't even burn a flash for that play. Wow. T1 really just won that bot or won that topside play. That's kind of crazy. That plating fell, yeah. T1 now trying the gold back to even, actually. Not It's just, I mean, you want to say it's like 100 gold. Yeah, sure. Whatever, who cares? Okay, we're sorry. They're talking about KDAs and how Guma still has only one death at these playoffs. Okay. Ooh, nice body slam. Pretty interesting hitbox at times. Sometimes it feels that jank. He has bomb here as he might just die here outright. Zeus has a lot of damage on his side. He just needs another W. Canyon's up here. Arrow oof, didn't push him quite there. So much damage still. Didn't commit the play. Owner would have just been able to fly in response to a Canyon fly and had things gone that route. All right. Second grub spawn is starting with T1 on it. Teleport. Unspotted. The collapse is here. Keen. Insta ulti. The Berserk is pretty good, though. As Keen's forced to disengage, Lehens is falling as there's the follow from Faker now. And Keen auto Q E Q. Faker finds the kill. And no perfect execution on that particular player, but T1 perfectly execute. There's no way. There's no way. I thought he was gonna hit that blind Q over the wall. I was gonna lose my goddamn mind if owner hit that blind Q over the wall. As they're just trying to shred this turret down as fast as they can. They want to grab all these plates for their team. They want to grab this first turret gold bonus. As Faker going really low, they will grab the turret eventually. And T1 now almost 3,000 gold in the lead. And it starts so well. They think they are in such a strong position here. They turn the lights off. The cease and desist connects, meaning Keen actually can't land the counter onto owner. He's able to flash away. The Berserk also buys a ton of time as Keen is just beating Lehens to death. And then just, yeah, Faker has the follow-up damage. No doubt about it. And there's Reckless. Really loud. Yeah, the crowd explodes upon seeing Reckless. Upon seeing Reckless, they got really excited. They love him over here in Europe. They are really big fans of him. Hayes is really, they are asking a lot out of Hayes and Chovy because they are all the gold they have. Jax is not here. I mean, Akali used to be played into Jax all the time when she was way stronger on relaunch. She used to get played into this champion like every game. Any game there was a Jax, there was an Akali top lane. Not anymore. They are just bullying Gen.G off their own turrets. And T1 just get another turret for themselves here. Kobe's not even going to be able to grab anything in the top side here. T1 are just controlling this game so well. 3,500 gold ahead. They are okay. They're winning fights. They shouldn't even be winning at this point. That grub fight. How did they get? I know how they got away with it, and it's still kind of impressive that they did. Herald spawns. Baker's gonna become a top side because Zeus has teleport. Herald started. Hands off vision. And Zay's just going to walk away here. Rift Herald goes down. That means they're just going to teleport everyone into the bot side. Get rid of this bot tier 1 and hope for the best, as everyone on the side of T1 is just pretty comfortably ahead. This might insta hit the wall. It won't. This Herald will crash. Owner has his license. This is gonna just get deleted. There's the enchanted crystal arrow. Lands is gone thanks to the bonus damage on Carrier's passive. Oh, well played there by Canyon. But there's the punish coming through. Pays. Gonna go berserk. Wow. Gen.G just have no answers. As Owner just gonna tank the stun up here. As the teleport for Zeus is here. And they're gonna jump in the Bomba. And there's the kills coming through for Gumayushi. 3-0. Another 0 in the death column for him for now. He's been chilling. It's not even a Baron play. That was a Herald power play right there. 6K, and they just doubled their gold lead. And this crowd is so into it. And that wasn't... Oh my goodness. That was off of Owner's armor shred. That was off of Owner's passive armor shred. Herald barely goes down, so Carrie actually has to disengage. But now Owner's allowed to go forwards. And then Hayes can't kill him because he's just free to go forwards. And the Gen.G... Yeah, the Gen.G faithful. Turn away. Turn away, Gen.G faithful. You won't like how this one goes. As T1 are just rolling over Gen.G in this one. It's down to a 4,000. No, wait, sorry. That is still 6,000. I can't count. So it's going to drop to probably 5K, I would say. Yeah, almost exactly to 5K. But T1 are just so different. I get Worlds T1 is such a different beast compared to any other team in the world. Doesn't matter what your form is entering the tournament. Doesn't matter like who their opponents are. T1 will find a way to make it competitive because they are just that good. They're just so damn good. I don't know. They have some kind of world... Oh my god. No way. Arrow connects. I don't think there's going to be any follow-up there. Faker's just getting to the turret now. That would have been filthy had T1 been able to play around it super... as much as they were planning to. They were planning to play so hard around that arrow. They did not get to play around it, sadly. Faker's just out of range. Zeus was just out of range. They're just getting there from these portals. Does Gen.G have controlled the dragons, but a Hextech Soul. 4 Drake Hextech Soul. 4 Drake Hextech Soul would be real nice for pretty much everyone on T1. As oh my god, Lehens is just getting bullied right now. He's getting locked down. He's trying to run to Canyon, but Canyon says, I don't care. Oh! What could have been. Faker had such a nice play, but it's not even going to matter. As they get the cease and desist just before the vision goes down. The wraparound. He's going to try and jump away. Canyon can't escape, though. Faker finds him in the end. And Keen is locked down. Owner on a killing spree. T1 control it all here. They are running down Gen.G in this one. There's not even a Baron. I was gonna say, are they gonna go for Baron? It's 18 minutes. We're 18 minutes into the game. We're 18 minutes in. T1 can't even go for the Baron if they wanted to. 7,000 gold ahead almost. They are destroying Gen.G after what was a slow-paced a slow-paced execution of T1 in game number 2. This is a fast-paced beheading. This is like T1 was the... oh my god. This play by Lehens, this play by Zeus is filthy. And then this could have been huge. Doesn't get it, but is still able to go really far forwards with the second cast. A perfect execution. Spell shield doesn't last long enough. Doesn't even connect, just cease and desist. And then the wraparound is already there. This Keen would have got away probably had he not been hit by the Berserk. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. But if game 2 was hanging T1 from the gallows until they just dropped off of until they were decapitated. This is T1 just beheading Gen.G, but maybe they've gone a bit too far as Carrier, forced to bail himself out, and he will get away with it. Canyon falls just before, and now it's Owner going to add on to the pile. Owner will sacrifice himself, adding even further to the pile. Guma, 4 kills now, 9 takedowns on this Ashe. He is so crucial to T1's game plan. 12-2, 7,000 gold ahead. This turret won't even be able to kill this minion. The teleport comes through from Faker, and they will be able to almost grab this turret. Not quite yet. Let's get out of dot. Oh, just despawn. The dot just leaves before. One more auto that dies. Look at the health bar on that turret. So low. 6. Basically 7k ahead. T1 are rolling in this one. Lichbane bought now for the Akali. That's gonna hurt a hell of a lot. That's gonna hurt a hell of a lot indeed. Oh my god. I'm assuming this is gonna be Bloodthirster before he finishes the Ooh. What? This is gonna be Thirster before the Mortal Reminder gets finished. As red buff resets, actually. Faker gonna get stunned up by Lahens, but he's poking him down so hard. Red buff secured by Owner now. Canyon trying to jump in on to Guma. Guma's gonna survive, but there's Chovy over the back, and they're gonna finally take him down, and that's the shot down. But they're gonna find Keen. Is there enough damage from T1 to keep this going? Their ADC is gone. They don't really have any consistent damage now. They need to just dip out and run away. They pretty much exclusively have burst damage on everyone else. They're going to just restrain. That is a huge kill to go over to Chovy. 6,000 still in the hole. But Chovy, 1k in the lead off of 70 CS. Faker may be picking up the kills. He may be picking up the Akali moments. Look at how hard they jump in onto this guy. He probably could have flashed backwards, actually, knowing that his team was coming, but he couldn't see that. T1 were calling that they were coming in, but Guma doesn't know where. He doesn't know if it's on that brush down the Baron pit wall, or if it's in the river, or if it's right next to him. Looking at the monitors only gets you so far when you're all the way on the other side of the wall from your top laner who's teleporting in. As Chovy is just getting chunked down by Faker, the arrow doesn't connect. As Zeus thought about it. Every play could be the play Zeus wants to just pull the trigger and bomba somebody off the face of the earth. Where do T1 want to go with this? They have full control of the Baron pit. So it's going to start with Guma just boop. Boops the face of the tier 2 turret with an arrow, which I think does a lot of damage. Pays, you're gonna just blindly fire a 3-shot barrage. It's not going to mean anything as Owner hadn't started yet, so it actually doesn't spot him. And it actually also triggers the Drake early, so they don't have to wait that extra second for the airborne to go down. So it will be 2-2 in the Drakes, 6-0 in the Grubs, and wait for the Baron. Herald also went to T1. Wondering. So all void objectives have been T1s, without a doubt. Have they found someone? The Hens is way out of position here. Forced to flash away. That's the darkness going down. The arrow connects onto Lahens, and Faker goes on a rampage. Do they have the damage? They don't have they have the cease and desist available if they want to go for it. But T1, just wait their turn. Take the time. They want to grab whatever items they can while they're basing, as we should have Bloodthirster finished up here for Guma very soon. Don't know how much gold we have right now. Look at these deficits everywhere. is a deficit. Whether it's through just farm or kills, it is a deficit. Even Carrier has an advantage right now. 11 of, I mean, both bot laners are 11 of 14 takedowns. Faker is 10 of 14. Owner 12 of 14. Zeus has 6. He's been busy. He's been off alone. A lot of these plays have revolved around Guma, Faker. Yep, there's Bloodthirster. Guma, Faker, and Owner so much that you kind of just don't really get to see Zeus do anything. He's here for every few team fights. He's not here all the time, though. On the other end of things, like, it is Chovy with 100% KP, but there's only 3, so who cares? It is 3 kill participation to be at a 100% as they spot out Gen.G's little catch play, and Owner's just going to go over the wall, steal these camps away. Owner is really ahead, obviously, almost 3,000 ahead. I didn't notice he was that ahead. I mostly meant in farm. And Chovy, the sole member of Gen.G who is ahead in CS, ahead in gold. He's up 60 farm. Doesn't have the kills, but he's still there. T1 start the Baron. They love doing that, but they're not going to commit to it. They get spotted out, and they know that they need to keep things chill for a little bit. They spent a lot of time fighting, and it bit them once, so they know that they got to calm it just a little bit to not even... There is so much vision that T1 would have, and they have had, to maintain control of this Baron pit. They have all this vision throughout the river. Look at the vision they have. A little bit on the top side, they have the hawk shots, obviously, which you can't get rid of. And they're forcing Gen.G to keep replacing their vision. Every time T1 clear out all the vision, that's another trip Lehens has to make to base. That's another control. That's another 150 gold burned on control wards. It's a slow, even though it's not really the biggest of deals. It's pretty much just item slots that are more the concern for the control wards, but it is just more and more stuff that Gen.G have to spend time resetting. Because every time you clear out these wards, they gotta go and get more of them. Gen.G have found entry into the river, though. So they have removed that pain in the neck that will be, I will say. It will be a pain in the neck later on to have to keep clearing out this vision from T1. Because look at that. They have no vision now. They have one board Carry hasn't spotted yet. I don't know if Carry's going to spot it out, actually. Doesn't have the sweeper. Would have to burn a control for it. He might save it for Faker to find. Faker is currently the deathless member of T1. There's 2 deathless members on Gen.G. Lehens and Keen are having a terrible game, to put it nicely. Canyon's having a tough game. Chovy and Pays are, well, their teammates aren't really giving them much to work with here. Things are not going Gen.G's way, but they can try and stall for time. Ovi's pretty close to hitting a 4-item power spike. Hayes is really close to 3rd item. Like, there's an angle for them to do up, then that trick. So point coming up. 3 X-Tech. Okay, we're chilled. We're still staying in this chill state right now. 3 items on this Vi, though, is concerning. Hayes has the spear now. The ultimate spear, if you will. However, this is a 3.5 item Ash. Now a 3-item Vi as well. And we're coming up on 3-item Gragas. Waiting for his little chunk of gold that's going to allow him to buy the hour. And there it is. It's a 2-item support. This is actually an impossible situation for the area. Very rarely do supports get second items. Lehends has just been holding on to his first item and buying control wards. Your job is so critical to buy control wards and be the vision control. You spent so much on them that getting a second item is hard in pro play as support, because you have a lot more responsibilities than just utility and occasional warding. You are most of your team's wards, as shown by the vision scores, both of them over 100. A few players will get, I mean, we've seen like what Canyon's old Umbral builds back in 2020 pick up like 100 vision score, pick up 100 something, like 30 ward kills per game. Besides that, and occasional pikes, which aren't even top or mid lane anymore, yeah, it's mostly supports getting 100 vision score per game. Canyon's getting pretty close right now, as Arrow doesn't connect Owner. Lockdown, but there's the jumping onto pace, and now the cease and assist goes through, but the flash over the wall brings Owner way deep. But now the follow-up from Faker, from Zeus. Pays already forced to get the hell out of dodge. Guma has taken down Lehends. Owner wrapping around now. Pays great flash over the wall for Zeus, as Canyon is gonna get body slammed back, and T1 don't need a Baron. They don't need a Drakesel. They want to go for the end. They want to go to match point, and it's just Chovy and Keen, and there's no chance in hell they defend this. T1 are moving to match point. They are 1 win away from grand final number 7. Oh, wait, no. They need to wave. Can Chovy do it? Lehends is getting obliterated and say goodnight. 6 kills now. They want to get Chovy. They won't get him just yet. And there it is. Faker. Great, perfect execution. And T1 perfectly execute game number 3, as they are 1 win away from picking up their first win against Gen.G in a year and a half at that. Dominant showing from T1. Holy cow. And now it is 1 win away from further extending history, repeating history. It would be finals appearance number 7 for T1. It would be their second time going 3 straight finals as well. It would be their second time going to 3 straight finals. They did it back 2015, 16, and 17. They went to back-to-back finals. They won back-to-back championships to start that, of course, in 15 and 16. And they're not only hunting for the repeat, but they want another. They just want another championship, and it is getting kind of crazy how they're doing it, because this is supposed to be their hardest opponent they've probably ever faced. A team that they rarely beat. Like, is a team they never beat consistently. So the fact that Gen.G have gotten obliterated in 2 of the 3 games this series is concerning, to say the least. So will we see some change-ups from Gen.G like game 2 to send us to Silver Scrapes, or will T1 end the semifinals in just 7 games and send themselves to final number 7? I'll see you for the 4th game of T1 versus Gen.G. And it is time for game number 4. Gen.G backs against the walls, something they haven't really experienced since their reign of terror in the LCK began. And now T1, 1 win away from being the 2nd, 4th seed from Korea to win a semifinals match, from being the 2nd, 4th seed, the 3rd consecutive 4th seed at that, to make it to the grand finals. It was DRX, obviously, coming in from the play-in stage. The Miracle team, the little team that could, came in, and just wrecked house, made it interesting, and took down T1 in grand finals eventually. Weibo Gaming last year, the 4 seed from the LPL, didn't go through the play-in stage, but they had a 3-2 record entering the knockouts, of course, after Swiss stage, very famously. And they had a tough run a very tough run before 3-2ing BLG in the semis to go to finals. They would get swept by T1, of course, as it is going to be Pace locking in that Ash. But T1 shockingly have history on their side. The last two of the grand finalists have been the two consecutive finalists have been 4 seeds. Varus locked in here. And no way. That'd be kind of nuts, but it will be the Skarner. Okay, I was like, Zyra? And to put a little more history behind it, Gen.G have lost to the 4 seed before, so this would be huge for Canyon. Just bust it out. Why not? You are so damn good at it. It's going to be Nidalee for Canyon. It's going to be Tristana for Chovy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Damn it. Like, come on. It's Canyon. It's Canyon. It's Nidalee. What else is there to say? It's going to be Jax. They have 280 carries. People have been criticizing it all tournament long. To double 80 carry comps with no Jax bans is... People have called it genuinely, just running it down. Because it is stupid to not. It is kind of stupid. Bard taken away. Carrier loves playing Bard with the Varus here in this case. And just all these playmaker options. He is such a good play. He is such a great way of seeing the game as it's developing. He is just such a way of seeing it that he's able to just open some insane angles that you would not expect. Or you're going to be taken away from Faker here. Would be great with the Jax. Would be great with the Skarner. They don't want to test it. Man, that crowd. Very loud. Faker going to lock in the Ahri. He's been pretty much the only player consistently succeeding on the Ahri, if I'm not mistaken. He is, for a while, or was, the only player to win multiple Ahri games and have an above 50% win rate. He still does. Chovy now sitting at that 50% win rate now. After game number 3, it's going to be the Poppy locked in for this lane, likely. Well, yes, it's going to be locked in. Ooh, actually, is it going to be for Keen or for Lehens? We'll have to see. I can't really see it in lane. There's no real reason for them to take it. There's just no real reason for it, for the Poppy not to go to Keen. It's into the Jax. Yeah, this is going to be Maokai support. Okay. Actually, wait, this is still flex. Where is Carrier's angle here? Maybe Rel. Maybe it's going to be a pike angle. Another one. It's never a Lux angle. It's always a pike. I was wondering if it was going to be a Lux angle, but it's not. It's a pike angle. He closed it out against... He brought it out against Top Esports Game 3, closed the series on it, and said, good game. I'll see you next year. Oops. That did nothing. Okay. This is a funky position that we're in. Okay. Because this is kind of nutty. I'm not mistaken, Carrier 0-17 last game, yeah. And he closed out the top series with this. Beat one of the best supports to ever touch the game with the Pike support in the year 2024. Way after his little peak, but such a good series. 2 great games from T1. And if they can make it 3 great games, it would be, I mean, this would be a storied run. This would be storied. They have lost like 2 games this season, or this split, I think. Not split, but this playoffs, obviously. Yeah, as it is time for game number 4. It is time to see if Gen.G will survive to live another game, or if T1 will assert their dominance once again. T1 have only lost 2 games this Worlds. Double Halo Blades. This is going to be pure execution from T1. They will kill so aggressively. We've seen Carrier go crazy on this Pike. He didn't even need executes. He just does damage. Just crazy. This is kind of nutty. I don't even know. As Carrier spots them out. As Pays gets hooked over the wall, and that's the flash forced out of the ADC of Gen.G, and that's a huge W. Well, Q, I guess. But you know what I mean. That is a huge advantage for the side of T1. Oh. Standard lanes for the 2nd straight game. T1. Oh, no. That is a bad position to be in, into a Pike. To be flashless. We've seen the things that Carrier does to players who have flash. So now we just have to sit and watch as he does things to players who do not have one. This is, again, 2 lost T1. They lost their opener to Top Esports. And you know what they did to them? They killed them. As that's a flash force, and that player doesn't even have cleanse. Doesn't even have E. Didn't even need to use it. Zeus. Gonna get this push in. He's gonna sacrifice a lot of health to get this slow push in. There it is. Zeus is just jumping away. Didn't get his auto attack here. Keen's gonna be tanking a lot in wave though. This Faker has a lot of damage to throw at Mr. Chovy. Chovy unspotted on owner. Owner should just be forcing flash out. Didn't have the confidence there to rocket jump, or didn't have it. And that means that, again, T1 forcing out flashes. T1 have just been forcing out these plays. That is 3 flashes in 2 minutes of lightning. It's not even 3.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes, because in those 3.5 minutes, you weren't even laning the whole time. They have 3 flashes in 2 minutes of laning. That is insane. T1 won 8 games in a row before losing to Gen.G. That's crazy. They're 8. They're 9-1 right now since losing to Top Esports. So they have not taken losing kindly. They haven't taken losing nicely. Let's put it that way. Gen.G also have, yeah, they've looked generally shaky after the fly. Like, that fly series was not even close to clean until the end. So, yeah, that is concerning. That should have been a big red flag. I kind of just forgot that game happened because everyone assumed that Gen.G were going to bounce back, but like no, they almost lost to a team that they were way better than on paper. Harry is coming up into the bot lane. They're coming up into the top lane. Gets blocked. The hook. Oh. Being confident and just going forwards. No step backs needed. Oh my god, he's wrapping around. He's gonna spot out Canyon. This guy is doing everything. This is the danger of Pyke. This is a champion that pretty much stays on perma stealth, is constantly kill threating, like is a kill threat all the time. Guma's locked down. He's just gonna cleanse away. Should be able to survive here. Oh my goodness, so much damage from Guma, and he basically goes even with two people. Guma's champion. Would it have been his world skin that year? We'll never know because they didn't win it. But as Faker jumping forwards, he has Canyon dead to rights. He's waiting for the flash to come out, and it's never gonna come out as there's the stun. First blood to Faker on the rebound, and it is the playmaker. Him like playmaker. No, because that's Showmaker's thing. Keria lands the hook. There's no flash on this guy, and Guma is already executing people. He's got the flash as Keen jumps onto him, but it's already a 2-for-0 in favor of T1. That is dangerous. They will lose out on the grubs, though, thankfully. Gen.G have pushed them out successfully. 2 grubs for 2 souls. You got 2 grubs. What did it cost you? Souls. 2 souls for 2 grubs, and most importantly, it is those souls. Yeah, 3-0 on the RE, as you can see. Those souls are going to Faker and they're going to Guma. Those are very expensive souls, to say the least. Just Ari. There's a reason people were saying, again, if you aren't Faker, do not play Ari. Opie was the only other player who really got the pass, and Faker just showed him why. No, this is my champion. I have the skin on Ari. You do not have a $500 Ari skin, do you? I don't think they can play this. Area lands the skew. Wait, hold on a second. That is a disastrous play. That is not where you want to twist and advance. Owner's gonna pick up that one. Lehens, where are you going, good sir? Zay is gonna try and grab this turret as best he can. Doesn't get the plating quite. Doesn't quite get the plating. Just a little bit short. But it is almost 3,000 gold, or almost 2,000 gold in the lead for T1 in 8 minutes. T1, they have the crowd at their back. They have the game on their side. They have the mechanics on their side. They got the plays, the draft on their side. This guy is. This team is so damn good. And these players are so damn good. Area. Nice buffer by Chovy. This should just be execution? No, okay. So close to getting that death from below up as well. Unspotted. He will get spotted. Yeah, right there. And there. So they know that where he is right now. Oh my god. This is actually kind of absurd. T1, they're not even making it competitive. They are bullying Gen.G. Is Carrier just gonna grab enough XP to get his ultimate, get that death from below online, and start hurting some people? It's time to execute some people. It's time to do some good old economics and create money out of thin air. That is what economics is, right? That it's not. No, it's just about creating money out of thin air. Totally. Should be first. Yeah, it will be first break. So Gen.G in the control, in pure objective control. That is it. They have pure objective control at least. So it is a condition they have, a win con, if you will. A little tankier than other teams than the other team right now, just because of that Mountain Drake. No, this is just going to be 3 grubs over to T1, so it will be 4-2. There's just no chance for Gen.G to contest this. And it is a dangerous game you're playing, Gen.G. Going for them, doesn't quite get it. It's fine. This is a 3-stack Dark Seal. It's the beginnings of a very, holy cow, that spear went for a long time, but it's the beginnings of a very strong Ari. 2,500 in the lead for T1 as Pays is laning into Zeus right now. Zeus, say both. They hmm. They tough. This is a really tough position to say the least. T1 are kind of just smoking them all across the rift as this is more turret platings to Zeus. He's gonna keep laning. He's not even gonna base. He's just gonna keep going. Just chugging along as Peria has zoned off Pays so well. Peria is currently all over the place. He's been everywhere. Oh. Flash immediately used by Pays. That would have been chains into the Skarnery. There's no chance. The Ixchel impact plus the, I mean, insta stack of Blight critical. Oh, those are not sunk at all. Sunk, synced up. Synced up, sunk. The Hens will spot out Faker on this rotation for whatever that's worth. Canyon's up here. They want this Rift Herald. They're gonna play pretty heavy for it. As Dean runs Zeus into a wall, blocks his jump away, bullying the poor guy. Area is just gonna be such a problem. 34 and 12. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's played a couple games. Chain of Corruption almost available here. Area's starting to try and clear out these wards. Faker has based and taken out this top tier 1. And the first turret's going to go. Oh my goodness. Double TP's in. Zeus has taken over the mid lane. They are sandwiched right now. Two really bad spots as Lehens is gone. Bye, Lehens. Oh, and throws another rock. Talia moment as it's a double ejection right now, but it's still going to be Gen.G running. Keria able to survive. I don't think he's going to re-engage this one. And they lose the objective. Good flash by Keen there to survive. But it is 2 kills in exchange for the Rift Herald. Another kill, 2 turrets in exchange for the Rift Herald. That's your mid and top tier 1 down. Zeus is going to go and blow up your bot tier 1 while you're at it. While you're at it, he's going to go and finish off this tier 1. It is so hard for Gen.G to play this game. 4,000 gold behind, and it's 1k almost in every single position. Danger. I mean, for this Gen.G team, wasn't this supposed to be the Gen.G team after what was supposed to be the Gen.G team after what was supposed to be the Gen.G team that was going to do something at Worlds? I mean, semifinals is nice, but this is one of the most expensive rosters you could own. This is supposed to be the Worlds run. This is supposed to be a World Championship run. You dominated both splits in Korea. You crushed it at MSI. And you didn't win both LCK splits, but you had such strong showings. Pretty much everyone considered you the de facto 1 seed in all but name only. Like, you were the 1 seed in everything but name because of how dominant your entire season was. And T1 didn't even have a good summer split. And they are just destroying right now. What is going on? 4,500 ahead. Chovy can't play the game. Hayes can't play the game. Keen can't play the game. What is going on? Faker, just gonna hit one of those and leave. Realizes there's no chance he's getting with that. Okay. Lich Bane. 2 games. He just really liked it on. He liked how it felt on the Akali, I guess. Supporto combat. No, not gonna come through. Oh, wait. This guy's dead. Faker gonna get him with the rebound on the Q. And the arrow doesn't connect. Well, the one arrow that does matter does connect. The Enchanted Crystal arrow does not connect. Lehens has been having a terrible series, to say the least. He's not been, definitely not been thriving, to put it lightly. This is a tough showing for Lehens. Wait a minute. No, that's not. That's not it. I just had to check. I saw the tails and I was like, wait, that's a different color. I don't think it is. Pretty sure it's base. Yeah, no, it's base. Okay, Faker gonna show. Sorry, I thought it looked weird because I used the Spirit Blossom chroma. That makes it look like normal Ari. This is concerning. What is Gen.G going to do in this game? They're already 5,000 down. It's 18 minutes in again. Hayes will be able to cover this board at least to keep that little bit of carrier protection going, and it's gone. That little bit of protection they had from carrier that close to the turret, they don't got it no more. It's gone. As the catch out for Ken. It's so much damage already. And just in case of emergency, was looping it back around. Is going to connect it. Owner has caught Lehens. Lehens forced to flash away. The Nature's Grasp is going to bring two members of Gen.G into the fray. Keen under the turret. Zeus not going to commit onto Lehens there. Wanted to try and find Keen. Not going to get it. And Gen.G don't get anything. And they almost lose a lot more than nothing. He's just going to make Lehens back off. T1. Oh my god. I mean, Canyon almost got 1v1 by Faker with W and ultimate. That's crazy. So much damage coming out from this Ari right now, and it's not even a competition. Faker teleporting in doesn't have ulti. He's gonna be able to flash, but this teleport's really bad actually. As no way he flashes back into that. And Canyon is down at the hands of Zeus. And now it's going to be a double for Zeus. And maybe this play works out at the end as Faker is the catalyst for it all. They're not going to find this Tristana, but they're going to find the Baron. T1 love 20-minute Barons. It's their favorite. They're going to get this turret at least. It's something, but Area is just going to cover this turret or this Drake. And Aze is just buying time, just wasting time. Gen.G, no, they can't go for this. Slightly below 5k right now as T1 are starting the Drake themselves. Oh, baby. This should be more than enough damage to get rid of this Drake. And it starts with a very negative play. Faker dying immediately. But the fact T1 are able to turn this into another Baron. They love 20-minute Barons, man. What can I say? Just as Guma started tanking that turret, and now he is going to just shred this one as the might from Faker spot and dies. But this cannon will do more than enough work if Guma and Faker weren't already there taking it down. Tier 2 is gone. And this starts with a terrible play for Faker. But then Zeus is here with Owner, and great buster shot, but the flash from Zeus is huge. And then goes over and kills off Lehens. Lehens, 5-1 now, I believe. Like, it is so dangerous. 5-1. This guy has been having a terrible, terrible semifinals. As T1 or Gen.G have not really had many bad playoffs, to say the least. As Keen going to get the double ejection, but the arrow's not going to connect now. And now Zeus is going to explode, and that could be the turning point here, as there's the execution. It's not there, and now 2 for 1 in favor of Gen.G. And T1 tried to swing for the fences. They came up empty-handed. What is 5-ish, a little under 5k still. And this starts them trying to catch out Keen. The arrow denied. But then the lockdown on Zeus is huge. And he just gets bombed. That Keen just sacrifices. Very well played. Just goes forwards and says, denying those executes is way more important than anything else that Keen could have done in that play. And he is correct. I want to check to make the conditions of Pike's ultimate. Yes, okay, so it is just hidden enemy champion. So he was Carrier was way deep. You might have threw it a little short though onto Keen. That could make sense. So much damage from one Q from Guma. It's one Q and he just deletes Lehenz's health bar. Chovy, oh my god, so much healing coming up. It's not gonna matter. Keen, a little lockdown, but should be fine here. Keen and Zay's 1v1ing is really important, actually. As Guma, perfect lens. Hmm. You want really want this top tier to go down. They really want to be able to put this pressure on before Drake, and they just can't. They can't afford to. So Gen.G gonna be able to reset, go for this Drake play. It's gonna be a fight. 5,000 gold ahead now again. He's not gonna get locked down. There's the charm though. He's getting chunked. Baker does a lot of damage right now. Owner just gonna bonk. Take that away. Canyon versus Owner for this Drake. For this Drake. Gary is a little in too deep. He's fine to walk away. Teleport coming in. Canyon. Oh, that ulti not connecting for Goom is really important now. Zeus is walking in. Keen has the ejection. He's waiting. He's trying to stare. It's not going to happen. The Drake is secured by Owner, but he's going to fall and pay the price for it. Can T1 find this fight? There's no ulti available. Carrier goes down, and it's going to be on Chovy. Faker needs to be the hero here. How much damage does he really have? He doesn't have enough. Guma, can you be the hero? No, you cannot. Gen.G fight back in game 4 from 5-0, and it's 9-8 in kills. It's still 2.5 ahead for T1. But Gen.G fight their asses off. They get the ace, and they will survive to see at least 5 more minutes. They can't end quite yet, but Gen.G have just taken the fight to T1, and they have succeeded once again. Canyon, I mean, he's just proving why this champion is so damn strong, why he is so damn good at it. They eject Faker, and with that, there is no team fight damage. Look at Guma, he's so zoned. They kill Lahenz, yes. Chovy flashes. And that is brutal. As they don't catch. There's no ulti. Oh, no, there is ulti. But no arrow connection means a lot there. As you can see, the damage numbers are pretty big for Gen.G here. 4,000, almost, yeah, 4,700, basically 8. He was very short of 8. Barely short of 8,800, I'm sorry. Yeah, Nid's a bit strong. Can Gen.G get this done? If so strong, can they get this started? They have about a minute 30 something. Ike has not popped off. There's been some plays, but there has not been enough. Zeus and Zeus and Keen are fighting in the mid lane right now. Hook connects onto Canyon. There's the arrow connect. But there's no WQ coming through. Owner gets locked. Gets Lehen's locked down, and Lehen's is very low right now. Carrier has ulti, but I don't know if he can go and get any executes here. These spears are dangerous. Jeez. Carrier just gonna back off here. Back to the mid lane. They can surrender this tier 2 if they want to. They don't need the tier 2. They need this tier 3, most importantly. There is a dangerous fight coming up. T1. Oh my god, that's my hip. Ow, that hurt. T1 have kept things going. But Gen.G are in the lead for the first time this game. 1K ahead. T1 need to find out. Are they going to fight? They need to get rid of Keen so early. They just can't afford to do that consistently. It is so hard to fight Gen.G now for objectives because Keen has the verdict. They just decide who gets to stay in a team fight, who is leaving the team fight entirely. Okay, I'm trying to find an angle here where they can find Keen, but he's so bulky. Keen is so tanky. Jock shows with the Fimbulwinter and the Sundered Sky. He's holding on to this Elixir of Iron. Top of it all. It is so difficult. Zeus teleporting to the bot side here. Owner locked down here. Nature's Grasp connects. As there's the jump in onto Faker, and they found him, and there goes the unkillable Demon King. 2-man impaled, though is huge and pays. Instantly goes down. Keen is locked down. There is no chance of survival. He's trying to get Owner. He won't. Double kill for Owner right now. Zeus taking a lot of damage here, but here comes Carrier. The hook connects, and it's a shutdown for Guma. They're looking to start ripping this base apart. T1 have found a completely gorgeous, a perfect counter engage. And it's Canyon trying to save his season, trying to save his team. He goes in, he goes golden, he gets the wave, and he will at least buy the time, but it is Lehen's all alone for 20 seconds. He's trying to get this wave down, and he's not succeeding. It's a double for Guma. It is over. It is the ace for T1. It is the grand finals for T1. Make it 7 total, 3 in a row. And the back-to-back lives on for the 3rd straight year. A 4 seed will make the grand finals of the World Championships. Are you kidding me? They put so much into Faker in that fight. And he says, great, but I got 4 teammates that you know you can't kill. And T1, the title defense lives on. They got BLG next week. Not even next week, this Saturday, 6 days. And they've got a date with the LPL champions. You've got to be kidding. This team, the plot armor of T1 is insane. They are immortal. They are eternal. How do they keep going? They had maybe their worst summer split to date, and they still win again. As Gen.G will take their final bow, as you saw the 3-1 there locked in, and again, Chovy remains crownless. Gen.G fall short for what feels like the 1000th time. You've got to be kidding me. T1 are just too damn strong. They are OP. T1 at Worlds, a different unit, just a completely different story. It doesn't matter how they came into the tournament. Doesn't matter how they play before the playoffs. If they are at the World Championships, they have a chance. And that is all you need to know, is that there is a chance T1 win this every single time. What? Oh my god. They showed the bone skewer where Lehens just kills himself. And it's such a great series from Guma. Again, does not die in game 4, I believe. Like, once again, is immortal. 2 deaths these playoffs. Oh my goodness. Just again, T1 adding to the the legacy, the air that they carry. It is so much. Just so much. 7 runs to the finals in 9 Worlds appearances. They are 9 for 9 on the semis. This team is just unbeatable. What are you supposed to do? They are the cheat code. They are the cheat code of the LCK. They are the cheat code of the World Championships. Congrats to T1 once again. Just another dominant showing somehow. Why do they keep doing this? How do they keep doing it? How does Gen.G keep doing this? Gen.G falls apart. Once again, they fall apart when it really matters. This team, for the 5th time, will not go to grand finals. Again. Sorry, for the 6th time, Gen.G will not be grand finalists. And for the 5th straight year, they will not be grand finalists. And for maybe the 4th time, when they are supposed to be the shining light, the team to guide the LCK into the future, they fall short to an old man. I joke, obviously, but they fall short to an old man with a bunch of Zoomers, as we called them when this roster first formed. Faker and his Zoomers, because dear God, was Faker like the oldest player, still is the oldest player in professional play, but his Zoomers are still here. But that is it for the semifinals of the World Championships. That is it for Gen.G at Worlds. And that is it for today's Kimchi cast. I've been your host, Box Kimchi. T1, yet another win over. I mean, it's not even another. It's their 4th win over Gen.G since 2021. Their 3rd since they beat them back at the spring, or including their win back at the spring finals. Like, they've beat them 3 times in the past 3 years. And it was finals, MSI, and Worlds that mattered most. Like, the 3 times that mattered most, they took them down. Grand finals, I think it was, was it semis or lower bracket finals of MSI, and now the semifinals of the World Championships. Yeah, I guess I could discount that spring one, but the 2 times they've beaten them at internationals are the only 2 of the 3 times these teams have met at internationals. So T1 punch their ticket to their 7th grand finals. They have another dancing partner in not in Royal Club. Sorry, I was going to talk about Royal Club really quickly, but in Billy Gaming. I think the only time T1 have faced a Chinese team in grand finals actually was Royal Club back in 2013, their first World Championship. Faker had, or no, last year as well. So he's 2-0 against the LPL. He still has yet to lose to the LPL in at Worlds in best of fives. He's added to that with Top Esports being the next team that failed to beat him. Actually, the newest team that's failed to beat him in the most recent one. And we'll see if the LPL versus T1 and they like those odds reigns on, as they didn't even face BLG last year, did they? They didn't face BLG last year. So another team that they have yet to beat, as I remember, this is the team that beat them in lower bracket of MSI last year. The lower bracket finals, it was pretty dominating from Bilibili Gaming, who then went on to get absolutely destroyed by JDG. But there's no JDG at the end of the road here. This is the end of the line. And I might see you on Saturday for the final match of Worlds, for the final match of the season before we wrap all this up. It is T1. It is Bilibili Gaming. If I'm not mistaken, it is this this Saturday. Yeah. So this Saturday, we'll see what's up. I'm kind of busy. It's a bit of a weird time for me, but Bilibili Gaming, T1, will it be the LPL's return to form, finally getting them back on top? The last two first seeds from the LPL to make grand finals have won the world championship. T1, it's T1, and they're in their third straight final, and they want to repeat a history where they go back to back when they want to go back to back while going 3 straight finals. I will see you maybe on Saturday for the last game of this season.